Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you Joachim out there who pushing his word with truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And it's a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp. I'm the brother Korah Abad. And as always, we got the beloved Elder Taza Pie as well. And the Wadi Hawabashina Shah for blessing us with another opportunity to come forth and bring out this information, man. You know, bring forth the real news. You know, that's good benefit in these latter days, you know, which CNN can bring forth. Clayton and Natalie Morris, they could bring some things forth, but they can't link it to the Bible like the prophets can, and that's why listening and hearkening to the prophets in these last days will be the most pertinent thing, man, because in order to know what's going on, you got to listen to the men tell you. In order to know who to turn to, you got to hear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua through these men. In order to know what's really going on and tied it to biblical prophecy, it only comes from the prophets, man. And starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. But we got a couple things we'll go into, things getting serious, as you see from the title. It says Thursday Live, chaos, confusion, and the devil's wrath. It's a lot going on with ICE troops talking about being called in. And as you're going to hear what the apostle going to say, we in Jacob's trouble. But before we hop into it, other times of pod, if you got anything, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you said something key. All right. Men of the Lord about to be sought after because of the precious word. All right. And it made me think of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And we know that's a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? All right, because we bear his word. Our faith, Lord willing, is going to carry us through. So right now, if you know, you know. But a lot of people don't know. But it's a reason, well, right now, but it's a reason why you read Isaiah chapter 4, it speaks about 7 women shall take hold of one man. All right. Then everybody's going to see it. But right now, the Heavenly Father is making us more precious than fine gold with the revealing of each prophecy. And as Jacob's trouble unfold, brothers are going to become more and more valuable by the day. All right. As we're about to get into with all of this chaos that's breaking out, Isaiah 33:6 is going to hit different because we're going to have to live it. We're going to have to walk it. All right. And the whole world is going to be in chaos. The whole world is in chaos.
That's right.
We've arrived. We've arrived. And, hey, we got this word. Let me read it. I'm right here in Isaiah anyway, and then we can kick it on off. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. All right. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. All right. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And so, right, that wisdom and knowledge of the words of the Lord. All right. This gospel of salvation. All right. So, yeah, Lord willing, we bear that salvation. We bear the Lord's salvation. All right. Lord will. And it says that, right, the strength of our salvation, this knowledge and wisdom, and the fear of the Lord is our treasure. All right. The whole world is in chaos because of a lack of fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. If the world feared the Lord, we'd be in the kingdom. But right, this is a cruel and hateful world. All right, and it's about to be judged. We're in judgment. This is a world in judgment. This is what it looks like. all hell breaking loose. So with that, I give it back to you. You got it.
That's right. So we're gonna pop it off with this one with the Apostle Tahar, and his page is what is the 666 mark 2 space GMS truth, right? And then all these videos and articles and Instagram clips that we're gonna play is in the description box right now if y'all want to check it out. But we're gonna pop it off with the Apostle Tahar. You know, as you know, every year he been given the year a theme, and as we see it, those who really watching. It be coming true. The spirit of that year, that's what it be. You know, that's what it be, man. You know, but the thing is, what he go say in this video, as we all should be as believers are waiting on, Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble, which will be a time like never before. You know, even we go be uncomfortable as well, but we need this to happen, man. We need chaos. Second, if a brother want to put that in the chat, and Shalom Akim, you know, Akwa through tuning in.
Shalom.
You know, see the brother Osman Wife, Lamar Kabi Shalom. But second Ezra 4:26, and I think it's 27, about how we need bad things to happen before we can get to the kingdom. And we watching it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. But let's let the Apostle Tahar speak. And the title of his video is Jacob's Trouble in Full Effect. So let me take this off, stop screen, play it back, share screen. Let's get it. Here we go.
In full effect. What? Trouble in full effect. Watch.
Yep. Whoa! Shooting serious munitions at us. Whoa! Yep, I'm right behind you. That really just came out of the blue. No one was really doing anything here. You think? There is some serious tear gas already in the air. You see, are they arresting someone there? Yeah, we got somebody, at least one person down on the ground.
No one likes you. No one is proud of you.
All of the federal officers are wearing gas masks, prepared for, I guess, more tear gas and pepper pellets. They have the guns in their hands. What is this like?
I just can't believe it. It's scared. It's frightening. It's terrorizing. We were just standing here. We're just standing here talking. I mean, we were just standing here peacefully protesting.
Nothing. I mean, no one was going near, crossing the street.
No, we were standing on the sidewalk. Everybody was. Everybody. Get the fuck back!
If you, are you a veteran, ma'am?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Those flashbangs really
Yeah,
hurt.
My ears are still ringing.
I wasn't expecting that, that they were doing that for no reason.
You so dramatic.
This is in America.
So you heard it. This is not America. Now, she's a veteran. This is fair use, by the way. She's a American veteran for 20 years, peacefully protesting. What was shot at them was, I guess, pepper spray canisters. I guess you call it that, and also tear gas. Now, the other day, I put up a video that another brother, elder, whatever, put up. And this was this guy, Jesse Ventura, saying that this is a third world country. So you know it's a third world country when you see military, not local police, but military on the corners, in the streets. So this is an officially third world country. This is not America anymore. And this is what she said. This is in America. So the Constitution, the Constitution is paper, goddamn piece of paper. But anyway, we see this, and we said this was going to happen when we first got on YouTube, before we got on YouTube, that all hell was going to break loose. We said that it was going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get far worse. There will be more people that will be shot by these agents, but it's going to get loose. We said that it was going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get far worse. There will be more people that will be shot by these agents, and maybe some of the agents may be hit or shot too, and that's going to really bring martial law. We're all
Salaki, the Tazapah just gotta stop it. So Apostle Tahar, said something, and that's information that we gonna go into. It ain't just gonna be ICE just going to Home Depots, and getting Issachar. It ain't just gonna be they going to the lawn care service as they in people's yard and getting Issachar no more. It ain't just gonna be that. It's gonna go to the next step to where now, and we're gonna play a couple clips, right? Now it's gonna go to not just immigrants, but Americans, black, white, or as they call Moab, yellow, all Americans. You see? And the thing is, it ain't just gonna be arrest. It's gonna be door to door. And the thing Apostle Tahar just said, they're gonna start shooting people and killing people. It ain't just gonna be arrest and they taking you off. And who knows where they at? They just broke out that in Alligator Alcatraz. The people ain't even there. You got hundreds of people missing from who was supposed to be at Alligator Alcatraz. Where they at? But the thing is, as we're going to show, we got some information from the DOD or the DOW, Department of War themselves, that eventually a time's going to come, they could call the troops in to use lethal force. We at that time. That's why you see in the title, it says the devil's wrath. Esau ain't got long. He ain't got time to pump fake no more like George Floyd. He ain't got time. He got to move.
All that.
Come on, man. The Apostle Tahar just said we in Jacob's trouble. And it's gonna get worse. And it's so exciting, man. But watch this information to see how they gonna progress in with this ICE stuff and federal agents. It's gonna go to all Americans. Then it's gonna be door to door to all Americans. Then it's gonna be lethal force used because why? Americans been fighting back. We at that point, man. And I mind you. Verizon just went out. So all this stuff can happen and then boom, your phone service out. Now what you gonna do? The blackout, now what? We in that time.
I believe that's in the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is in the playbook.
Yep.
But I don't know when and how, Yeah.
Man, it's getting exciting. I'm gonna play a little bit more from the Apostle.
Yeah, I want to let when Jesse, I want to let Jesse say, it's the third world. I want to make a point.
I got you.
Or type setting. So we almost out of here, man. This is, I know I sound like a broken record. We sound like broken records. This is a fulfillment of the time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Daniel 12, verse 1. Second Ezra chapter 15, second Ezra chapter 16. Ultimately, second Ezra chapter 13. So you got second, the order is second Ezra chapter 15, second Ezra chapter 16, then second Ezra chapter 13. And then also you have Second Ezra, really the whole book of Second Ezra. You can read that whole book or listen to it. Second Ezra 4, Second Ezra 9, Second Ezra 8, Second Ezra, I mentioned 9, Second Ezra 6. Second Ezra 11 and 12 already took place. Anybody says, oh, that's talking about it. No. Second Ezra chapter 11 and Second Ezra chapter 12 took place already. That is all talking about the Roman Empire. That took place already.
History of iniquity.
Because it happened, this was, Ezra was on the scene about approximately 500 years BCE. And so what he saw was the Roman Empire, which was 500 years in his future. And the only Israelite group or company of prophets that can break that down are the men of GMS. Ariel attempted to break it down, but he did not break it down correctly. He said, I think he said it was a Roman Empire, but it's also talking about America. Second Ezra chapter 11 and Second Ezra chapter 12 has nothing to do with America. It's similar to Daniel chapter 9. Daniel chapter 9 took place already. Christians use Daniel chapter 9 to speak about a rapture and a 7-year tribulation. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Daniel chapter 9 took place already. Daniel chapter 8 took place already. Daniel chapter 10 took place already. Daniel chapter 11 took place already. Daniel chapter 12 is getting ready to take place, or we're in the midst of it.
Yep.
Let's say 95% of Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7 took place already. It's all about prophecies, 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 prophecies. And she said it. She spent retired military. She didn't say what branch, but she said, this is not America. That's what she said. That's what Jesse Ventura said. He said, this is a third world country. This is not America. So anyway, Shalom, on to the next.
That was it.
Man, I thought Jesse was on it, but I guess. But yeah, we could go ahead. That was the point that yeah, when you see military on the streets, that's third world. So the point I was gonna make, going back to last week, I didn't really drive home the point, but I did make the point in my lesson the other day that, you know, in the case of that woman allegedly hitting the cop, well, she hit him, you know, but what would you do in that situation? People trying to apply American law to that situation. We are in third world status.
Right.
We are at war. So, and people got to get out of this constitutional state of mind. The government has waged war on y'all. And that's why I say, I don't, you know, what would I have done in that position? Because, or what would you have done? And, you know, running through your mind, I might not see nobody ever again, because they don't have protocols. We don't know what they damn sure don't have due process. So when they snatch you, just like you said, them people missing from Alligator Alcatraz, what is your next destination? And when you put that in context with what she did, I ask again, what would you do? And as I mentioned in the lesson, this government has created an atmosphere of its mistrust, its uncertainty, its confusion. Yeah, that's why I got mad. I mean, he calling them officers. What? They don't have a. If it's like, if I get pulled over by police, I know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna chill. All right, I'm gonna use my phone. I'm gonna make a call, and hey, they finna take me in, and I know the process.
Mm-hmm.
If they pick me up, I don't know what the fuck
Right.
is going. So I might run over a motherfucker too. Like old boy on Cooley High. That's one of my favorite scenes. They in that stolen car at the light when the cop pulled up, and he just bug out. The cops, you know, they looking, but they ain't really tripping. And this nigga said, I ain't going back to jail. Ooh, he hit the gas, and then here they go behind him. But yeah, man, see, this ain't government. This is war being waged. And that the old adage goes, I believe it says, all is fair in love and war. So, you know, you got it out.
That's it. You know, I just highlight this real quick. As the Apostle Paul just said, man, I'm paraphrasing, but it's pretty much all downhill for America from here on out. It started now. Things have started now. It kicked off now. And you got guys like this. Franklin Graham urges Americans to join in prayer and repentance for our nation. He said our nation is in trouble. Now, we ain't gonna get into the article, but you're right. America is in trouble, man. And it ain't gonna be healed. I want to bring this out real quick because now we're in a time that Babylon the Great America is finally about to be judged as these, well, not even as the third world countries they've been talking about, like Trump said, the SHIT hole countries. But now you turned into one. The Lord finally got the spotlight on you now, America, and it ain't gonna stop. Remember, it said as a woman in travail, contractions don't stop just because you want them to. Jeremiah 51:6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. In other words, now it's time to start separating from this place. Get out of the mindset of being an American, loving this place, loving your material things. It says, deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, and therefore the nations are mad. It says, and Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. And the thing is no chance for this place to be healed. No chance at all. You see? And I said this at Tuesday camp. Think about it. In Revelation 13, when it was going into America, it says that America came out of that deadly wound from the fourth beast. The fourth beast being Rome. When Rome fell, it became that deadly wound. The Dark Ages, America came out of that. The thing is, America started off as a deadly wound. Is you think about it like cancer. Some people, they get cancer taken out first and then they come back. Right. Mm-hmm. At that time, is you about to be a deadly wound again. America started as a deadly wound. But I'm gonna finish it. It says, take balm for her pain, if so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. There's no way to save this place.
It won't be healed.
It says, forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, and for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. You see? But I'm gonna read this article real quick in End Time Headlines. Matter of fact, let me get one off the comment board. 2nd Ezra 4:28. It says, just to show all these things we're about to talk about, we needed to happen. It says, 2nd Ezra 4:28, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away. So if we don't see more death, more riots, more chaos, more confusion, it says, then cannot it come that which is sown with good. That's why we should want more things to happen so we can get to the kingdom, man. But so in highlighting this, the things that happened with the woman who died after getting shot trying to run over somebody, you had ICE kill another person. I think 2 people, if I'm not mistaken, a woman and a son, if I'm not mistaken, or just a mother. Yeah, okay, a mother of 3. Nope, that's Nicole. We're gonna read it though. It says illegal immigrant shot after attacking ICE agent. Oh, Salaki. It's from endtimeheadlines.com. Put out January 14th, 2026. It says illegal immigrant shot after attacking ICE agent with shovel while evading arrest in Minnesota. So during a protest for the woman who got shot in the car, you had this person who so-called attacked an ICE agent and he got shot or she got shot, right? And the thing is, as Elder Tazapah said, that as the Apostle Hall said as well, more of this is going to happen, and we're going to get at the end of this lesson. Why? To justify the government and using lethal force. It's already set up. It's already on the books. Isaiah 10:1. It says an immigration and customs enforcement officer, or ICE, shot a shovel-wielding assailant in the... How they be titling stuff. A shovel-wielding assailant in the leg during an ongoing ICE operation in Minnesota. The shooting comes amid civil unrest in Minnesota following the death of mother of 3, Renee Nicole Good, last week during ICE operations. Officials have since confirmed that the agent shot a Venezuelan illegal immigrant or migrant who tried to attack him as they conducted an arrest operation. Now, this is the second time that in 2 weeks somebody so-called attacked the ICE agent and it was shot. Now we was gonna wait later to bring this out, but Trump advisor Stephen Miller, he already says right here, and I quote, Stephen Miller says that ICE has federal immunity. Do what y'all need to do. Do what y'all need to do. Do what y'all need to do. We here, man. Let's finish reading a little bit. You about to say something at the top of Paul?
No, they got complete immunity, you know, but you got it.
Yep, it says initial report suggests that the target was shot in the leg, but is in stable condition, so they ain't died. And in custody. Law enforcement officers wearing gas masks was using tear gas and flashbangs on protesters at the scene. Now I'm gonna play a quick little video just to show. Look, they already shooting people who attack. And mind you, I gotta say this. This man, Elder Tyler Paul, you've been touching on this since last week. This not people who train. These ICE agents ain't no train. This just a regular.
Well, a new revelation came out. They trained for 47 days with IDF. IDF is training ICE. And that kind of, you know, it would, it's that. And so you fitting to see what happened in Gaza. That's what's going on. I forgot to mention that earlier. ICE is being trained by IDF. It was for 5 to 6 months, but they cut it to 47 days. And you remember that number because they chose it because Trump is the 47th president. So they just training them for a month and a half, basically, a little over a month and a half, but in IDF tactics. And that's what's in the streets in Minneapolis and coming to a city near you.
That's right.
So yeah, that's what that is.
Not the water for that. But if I may add too, and think about it, Elder Tyler Paul, you know, like military men, they have more poise to them, you know, veterans who did that. But these men are everyday Joe Schmoes, and even if they had training, you know, for 47 days, they still emotional. Anything could
they ain't got all of that out.
You know, and that's why as soon as somebody talk back to them, they attack them. These are emotional, everyday Americans who, you know, who got some training.
With chips on their shoulders.
With chips on their shoulders because they was a lame growing up. You know, they weren't.
There's a little short that's out just saying you couldn't make the police force, so you joined ICE. And
that's right.
Yeah, he was going in on them, but you got it.
That's right. I think I seen that same one. I wish they had it.
Okay.
Yep. He was like pretty much if you was a rejected army recruit, you know, join ICE. Yep. But yeah, that's these men, everyday Americans. But let's play a little video to show what's going on in the world right now, in America right now, and then we'll get into it. But again,
that was just last week, right? We was talking about going door to door.
That's it.
And that's what they doing.
That's what they doing. See these things happening. It's speaking. Hey, that's the burden of proof, Elder Tyler Paul.
Yeah. That's what I said. We just sit back. Because the Most High words, like you bring out all the time, that one that say, the rain is fall, or the, you know,
Isaiah 55, Con.
That's it. Yeah, Isaiah 55. I keep wanting to say 28, but that's it. Yeah. But we don't have to get it. You got it out.
Con, I'm gonna play a couple little quick videos. It says, and after this, we got like Instagram clips, and we'll get to the information. It says this from a news channel, but it's anti-ICE protest erupts across the U.S.
Protests against ICE following the death of Renee Good. As Christian Benavidez reports, federal officials have released new video of the moments leading up to the deadly encounter.
What's her name? Say her name!
For yet another day, there were nationwide protests against immigration and customs enforcement following the shooting death of 37-year-old Renee Good.
ICE is out here kidnapping our neighbors, murdering our neighbors, and terrorizing the most vulnerable working class members of our society. And we're all here to say no more. Enough is enough.
In Minnesota, thousands braved sub-zero temperatures while the demonstrations led to clashes with police and arrests in some cities, such as Austin, Texas, and in Los Angeles. For their part, federal officials released new video of the shooting they say shows Good was allegedly impeding agents immediately before the deadly confrontation.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Out of the car. Get out of
ICE says their agent was forced to fire in self-defense. On Saturday, Minnesota Democratic lawmakers tried to visit an ICE facility but said they were denied access.
It would do a lot to bring down the temperature if they would allow us access so that we could show Minnesotans what is happening so there could be more transparency, and we were denied that.
The Department of Homeland Security said members of Congress must give 7 days notice for congressional visits and that they were out of compliance.
On social media, DHS has called Renee Good an anti-ICE agitator.
We're just running through videos. Did it play that? Did it play?
What's that?
Did it,
Man, that brother GMS, it says surely come. He owns it.
That's yeah, that's the other brother question.
Yeah, okay. Tell him on, brother.
So look, I'm just going through clips to get into this next information that we're about to touch on, just to show the escalation of things, the progress of things. The woman got shot, you know, and now it's been protest. It was a protest in Houston last week for the woman, and she were in Minnesota. But the thing is, they're gonna start these George Floyd like protests across America. Maybe, as we seeing, is happening. But in these protests, ICE agents will be grabbing up people. People go be fighting back. Or you may have people who set up to act like a citizen and fight back just so ICE could get the green light. Now, that's going with these protests and people fighting back, that's going to bring in more troops. That's going to be a bigger crackdown door to door. And as we going to get, these people got complete immunity is on the books. They're going to be sent to use lethal force because the federal agents or police officers need help. And we got it from the DOD. It's in a playbook. We're going to show that. But just look at the escalation of things happening.
Guys, I'm gonna have you guys back up. Please, back up.
Show your faces! Show your face! Let me see it! Don't worry.
I mind you, this in America. This is America. This is not Iraq, Iran. This is America.
Yep.
This is America. Well, like the song, this is America. But that's not
You're
it,
right,
though.
Right.
That is not it. Matter of fact, let's move on. There's just a little information or little happenings that's going on right now, but we want to get into what it's going to lead to, the escalation of things, man. Let me see. Is it this one? All right, let's get this one first. These quick clips, couple quick clips.
Even if you rent, because it is considered private property, is if they have a warrant signed by a judge. This is a judicial warrant, which is different from an administrative warrant. One of their tactics is that they will use an administrative warrant, hold it up to your face, and basically get you to comply or feel like you're being forced to comply because it looks an awful lot like a judicial warrant. The one that's signed by a judge is the only one that grants them the right legally to enter your home, take you, identify you, whatever steps comes next after that. If an agent comes to your home, do not answer the door. Do not talk to them through the door. Don't talk to them through the window. Do not answer any questions. Ignore them. If they stand around for a minute or two and you're gathering that they're not going to leave, set your phone up and start recording. Make sure that it's in a stationary spot where they can't grab it out of your hand if they decide they're going to open your door anyway. The way to tell the difference, because a lot can happen in the seconds that it takes you to review a document that's being held up to your window, is the signature, okay? So the signature on an administrative warrant will look something like signed by administrative officer or ICE enforcement officer or enforcement officer. But a signature from a judge will say magistrate, judge, blah, blah, blah. It'll have some sort of judge identifying verbiage and language at the bottom of the page, okay? You can also go online and look up what the immigration and illegal alien I-forms look like, the documentation numbers that'll be at the top of the page to help you quickly identify what those forms look like so that you can tell the difference between an administrative warrant and a judicial warrant. Do not open your door, keep yourself safe, and always record interactions with agents as often as you are able to. Be well. ICE is going to start going door to door and asking people for their papers. Here's what that's going to look like, and here's what you should know.
Right? So that's they about to start going door to door. And remember, Elder Tyler Powell, you just said last week we spoke on that, and this is a random woman on Instagram, but we got that last week from JD Vance, the vice president. He said that in an interview. Look it up. He said ICE gonna start going door to door, and that's gonna help us better, because he was bragging and saying we already got this amount of people out, and we ain't even show y'all nothing yet. Now we about to start going door to door.
And
this is about to happen. It's like you got it.
No, you good, brother. But like I was saying last night, on top of that, you got Pete Hegseth saying that all federal and as well as military agencies got to open up their doors to AI, the data doors. So they got to give up all that data to AI. So everything is being centralized, and even the people being corralled and centralized into, either concentration camps. We don't know where they're going, but this is that what we know from the spirit. These concentration camps, where they at, who knows? The torture chambers, whatever. All right. This is we here at that time. They going for it, bro. The ball up in the air. It's a Hail Mary. Yeah. They going for it. Trump down the sideline, broke free. So yeah, this is and with all of this, what they doing, it's a sifting. Now I don't know. Well, I'm gonna let you finish the videos, and then we can get into that info on ICE. But you got it out.
I'm gonna read a quick one after this, just to show door to door. That's Bible prophecy. That's in 2nd Ezra 60. I'm gonna read it. That's Bible prophecy. Here another quick video. That was the woman talking about it last week. JD Vance, we played that. He talked about it. This is another quick video. It says videos are emerging this morning from Donna, Texas, where locals report federal immigration forces are going door to door in parts of Rio Grande Valley. We are beginning to see additional areas impacted by what appears to be a new DHS policy. This is what they doing now.
On top of that, you saw the list that Olive Watt posted this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was last night, I believe. Either last night or this morning. But it's a list of all of the ICE detention centers, what the concentration centers that's going up. They putting one in Baytown, all right, which is roughly 20 minutes from here, 25 minutes from where I am. So, right, and this is throughout the U.S. They're putting these ICE detention centers up. All right. So, yeah, we here, brother. Go ahead.
Yep. Somebody said, or the comment boys, man, last time they went door to door, y'all remember Aaron Frank, huh? No, somebody in the comment board talked about last time they went door to door, talking about Germany. with Anne
oh,
Frank. You know, why she had to hide.
okay.
Well, let me play this quick bit.
Uh,
Right, let me get this. 2 Ezra 16, straight to the point. In verse 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." You know, you could throw the ICE agents in there, mainly these troops, the real troops that's going to be sent in, mercenaries, you know. But also, this is Esau's wrath. Revelation 12 and 12, that's the house scripture. As all the times of Paul often say, that's the house scripture, man. And that's, we seeing his wrath, he don't got time. This that same burning wrath when he sent them troops after the people. And listen to what they're going to do once they be sent. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you," we seeing that, "and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place," it ain't just in Minnesota, it ain't just in Donna, Texas, "for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." Now, you can ultimately say the elect, but in a sense, all Israel have a fear of a higher power. I'm talking about our people, Hispanics, Native Americans, whether they be believing in Jesus or so on and so forth. Ultimately, this is Jacob's trouble we talking about. Jacob, the ones that's being hunted right now. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." And they, talking about these troops, the ICE dudes, "they shall be like madmen, sparing none." So you white Americans out there, y'all ain't gonna get spared either. We showed a video last week, this Edomite talking about, yeah, we need to call for the Insurrection Act. Well, we'll play a video. Trump heard you.
Oh,
He
good.
might do it.
Edomite.
What'd you say?
What's her name? Oh, girl, Renee. I forget her name. The one that got shot by ICE.
Yeah, she was an Edomite.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. But you got him calling for an Insurrection Act, and Trump, he said, "Well, I might do it." And we'll touch on what could lead, what could happen if an Insurrection Act is started or signed into place. But let me finish this, just to show door to door is in the scriptures. It says, "They shall be like," 2 Ezra 16:71, "they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." In order for them to cast you out your houses, they got to come to your door. They got to come to your house. We seeing that. Come on, man. The Apostle Paul, he said it. We starting to see 2 Ezra 16:15 play out. We in that time. I'm going to read 73 and we can finish. It says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen." So they might come to the elect members' house, and the Lord gonna spare us, Lord willing. Use divine intervention in that time. Show some miracles. Who knows? But we in that time. It says, "And they shall be tried as gold in the fire." But you had some other times of power before we move on?
No, you good. You good.
I'm gonna play another one because people just think it's Hispanics or immigrants. They checking Jake too. They rolling up on anybody. It says ICE agents are randomly interrogating Black and brown Americans in public spaces. This is not law enforcement. This is a authoritarian abuse. Hey, you can see Jake hot. Yeah, man. Like you said, what like put ourselves in that situation because it's happening to anybody, any place, anywhere, and it's gonna get worse, you know. But they coming up to anybody, man.
Yeah, that's it. Random motherfucker.
Mhm.
Yeah, con.
Nigga charging his car.
Yeah, he's sitting at that goddamn charger looking
Hey,
simple.
hey,
They
sin,
rolled up
hey,
on him.
hey, in the scripture, second Ezra says sin idle.
Yeah, yep.
It was sin
Con.
idle.
Yeah, they caught him slipping.
God, I got a few more little quick vids. Now this gonna go into pretty much who they gonna come after. Man, hold on. Man, what happened to the shit?
That's weird.
There we go.
Agreed with Donald Trump, then you're fucked, because Pam Bondi just put out a memo that basically states that anybody who goes against the Trump administration is going to be classified as a domestic terrorist. It literally says
Yeah, con. Yeah.
in the memo that anybody who opposes Donald Trump, who's anti-ICE, who is anti-Christianity, anti-capitalism, and Antifa is going to be labeled as a domestic terrorist. Now tell me, since when is being anti-fascist considered to be terroristic? And also tell me, when has Antifa ever been an organized anything? Like, yeah, sure, there are groups that classify themselves as Antifa, but Antifa as a whole is not this one big thing that we all operate underneath. And then not to mention, of course.
Man, let's keep skipping. I'm gonna just move on. I don't know why it wasn't skipping at first. But we got two more. We can get into that information. You got it.
Go back to that what I was saying about ICE earlier with this terrorism thing.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, the cartels are now labeled as terrorists. Did we bring that out on this show?
Maybe a week or two ago. It was maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, right. So as I was explaining earlier, there was an ICE agent that had a falling out, and so he allegedly released this 15-page document, and it's stating that ICE, well, Trump is using ICE as like his personal little force to go after political enemies and anybody else he deemed as undesirable. And on top of that, they're using some of the detainees in these detention centers as a spy network. All right, to as the cartels have been labeled terrorists, so now the detainees are giving enough info on them, and it's a whole big thing. But this info is just coming out, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But all this stuff, man, is just wickedness to the highest degree. Now you look at Minnesota, and they coming down on the people. We warned the people, all right, Isaiah 58:1, and a host of other scriptures that told us to go out, blow the trumpet. And Amos 6 was 3 and 6, shall the trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? And y'all wasn't afraid at the sound of the trumpet. Now you want to cry bloody murder and foul ball, but you had all the time in the world to get your shit together. So now, the government is coming down on the people, but this whole time, all right, old Tampon Tim, he was under scandal. You don't hear nothing about that. All right, this whole Somalian shit, that shit didn't, well, I don't hear it too much no more. With all these billions that were stolen, you notice that's not talked about, is it?
Right.
You see, but all this corruption, and they just getting away with it, but they punishing y'all. Your government is punishing you, and they're the real criminals. And this is what infuriates me. That we especially these sombrero poquitos, and they over here not just with ICE, they dictating to the military. And that's what Martinez was saying when we played that little segment. James Martinez, we played that little segment a month or so ago. He was upset that America is gone. Well, he knew it. He knew it a while back, but he's saying that he's seen where Israeli, whoever he say they'll just walk into a military meeting and just start making demands and dictates to the U.S. military. All right, and so this is the power that they have. We already know they're running the government, so why wouldn't they run everything else? They running Trump. And so here we are under the tyranny of the sombrero poquitos. And this is the, another prophecy playing out, Isaiah 49:20. They drawing everybody out to war. They bringing war here to the U.S. They touch this whore. They penetrated this whore. But you're going to see it go hot because this place will be, set on fire. But I'm going to just bring that prophecy out and then I'm going to give it back to you. But yeah, people should be infuriated. You're being treated like criminals. Most of you just been working you worked your life away for this goddamn corporation. And now they coming down on you. The criminals go free. People ain't mad, man. Who should rouse him up? Like we said last week, man, Judah need to get ruffled, man. But this is Jeremiah 49:20. Let's see, here we go. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Edom. All right. Edom is running the world, the elite of Edom. All right. Edom are the so-called white people who are actually red. And that's what that name, Idawam, Edom, goes back to. It means red. All right. And they got that name. They was given that name by the Heavenly Father because they sold their birthright for some raw stew. And the stew was red from the blood. It wasn't fully cooked. So the Most High put that on him so he'll forever remember how much of a fucking idiot he was. And this is why he don't want to be known as well, I can't say for sure, but that's got to be why, a part of the reason why. All right, we know that because they the devil, all right? The devil got to lie. He ain't just tell you who he is, but a part of that, right, that shame that comes with that name, Edom. It's like you do something, I don't know, but you get the moniker on you, Stinky. That's Stinky. And every time that name come up, you go back and you remember why you was called Stinky. Now, that's Esau. You don't want to be related to Edom, or Esau. But this is them, all right, the so-called white people. It says, all right, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Edom and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman, which is a chief city of the Edomites. From the Teman would be the so-called Germans today. It says, surely the least of the flock are the small hats, all right? The people over in Israel. the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And this is what's happening with ICE. They're going to make your habitation desolate. So they're going to pull you up out of there. Put you in the ICE detention center. All right? And it'll be a triage, more than likely. And triage just means to sort. So they'll say, okay, he's a red, he's a green, he's a yellow, whatever. And it'll probably go that way. But anyway, you got it, brother. We in the time of roundups.
Yes, sir. Yep. I'm gonna play this real quick.
Brought to us by the least of the flock. But go ahead, Doc.
Yep. Real quick. I'm gonna play this one. Man, why the vids ain't playing, man?
Yeah, we know what that is.
It's coming. Mark my words, it's coming. At some point, ICE is going to be given the orders to shoot protesters.
Come on, man.
It's going to happen. So don't be shocked when it does. And just remember this video.
Starting to resist. We're gonna end up shooting someone. Just remember, you can smell that too, but it's jumping down the ball.
I'm gonna let it run, but it's choppy. I don't know why it's choppy. So this dude talking about eventually ICE gonna start shooting. There's a video that was recorded from ICE agents talking about, yeah, we eventually gonna start shooting some of them, you know. But the point is, we're gonna play it. It's on the books already, though. They've been given a green light, the AOK, to do what you got to do. Esau ain't got time.
God.
So don't be shocked when it does. And just remember this video.
Starting to resist more now. We're gonna end up shooting someone. Just remember, you can smell that too, but it's jumping down the ball. Yeah.
It's coming. Mark my words, it's coming. At some point, ICE is going to be given the orders to shoot protesters.
And you heard it, and all these videos and clips in the description box. But you heard what the ICE agent said. He's like, yeah, eventually we gonna start shooting some of them, and yeah, you can smell it. You know, that $30,000 bonus. So they fully with it. They fully with it, man. Let's show this. Yeah, the brother said the video choppy. Esau don't want it to come out.
Yeah. Satan don't want this. Yeah, putting too much fire on that ass.
Let me go to this one, and we can wind down here in a few. So this your boy Stephen Miller. As we just showed, now my laptop tripping. So this your boy Stephen Miller right here. As we just showed. Come on, man. And he said that these ICE agents are gonna have full immunity. Let me find it. Here we go. It says Trump advisor Stephen Miller says ICE agents has federal immunity.
You have federal immunity in the conduct of your duties. And anybody who lays a hand on you or tries to stop you or tries to obstruct you is committing a felony. You have immunity to perform your duties, and no one, no city official, no state official, no illegal alien, no leftist agitator or domestic insurrectionist can prevent you from fulfilling your legal obligations and duties. And the Department of Justice has made clear that if officials cross that line into obstruction, into criminal conspiracy against the United States or against ICE officers, then they will face justice. To all ICE officers, you have federal immunity in the conduct of your duties. And anybody who lays a hand on you or tries to stop you or tries to obstruct you is committing a felony. You have immunity to perform your duties, and no one, no city official, no state official, no illegal alien, no leftist agitator or domestic insurrectionist can prevent you from fulfilling your legal obligations and duties. And the Department of Justice has made clear that if officials cross that line into obstruction, into criminal conspiracy against the United States or against ICE officers, then they will face justice.
Boom. You heard it.
And so this goes back to when and I think you had posted it or made a mention of it when that billboard went up. You have a right to disobey unlawful orders, something to that effect. That was the that was signaling civil war. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. So right, because the whole discussion came up about that. So who would be given the orders and who would the orders be given to? Who was that statement made to? All right. Was it military, police? But it was just, made by one of the senators or something, or congressmen. And was that a message to ICE? But it's clear that it's a divide. If an order is given and it's unlawful and it's being told, not that you don't have to obey unlawful orders, that's signaling something going on, and there's some unlawful orders being given. And so, and it could be down across the board, but definitely here with ICE, just listening to what he's saying. All right. And so they're stacking the deck against the average U.S. citizen that just want to go to work and try to survive, trying to pay all this high ass shit. And they criminalizing, really us all. But we up on what's going on. But for the average Joe six-pack, right up under their nose, they're being vilified and criminalized. And like you say, if you touch them, it's a felony. Well, it's an unlawful order here in America, which this goes to show we third world. You don't just run up on people and question people. And you damn sure don't put your hands on people. And that's just human, that's anywhere across the board. Humanity, you don't just run up on and put your hands on people. But they're given free immunity to do this. So, right, and I'm believing this who they could have been talking to is ICE, not to follow these unlawful orders and go against the people. Because it's unlawful. Just like the man sitting in his car. He got the right to charge his car. He bought that shit from this bullshit corporation, that goddamn time bomb. And he's just sitting there charging it. And they press up on him. But they was given orders to do illegal order. That's illegal. But what I mean by stacking the deck, we don't have any rights. And they're given all the rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always go to Isaiah 10. All right. Even when the needy speaketh upright, we don't have no fucking justice. Well, we don't have no justice, man. We do. It's coming on the cloud. All right. We got justice coming on the cloud, in the cloud. But you got it out. I'm just trying to piece all this because we in the mix. It's like you in the fight. You got to put that, how you throwing them combos. You got to, in the moment, put that shit together before you get knocked out.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm kind of brainstorming, but trying to put all these bits and pieces together. But go ahead,
And that's the thing. They're going to keep forcing things to happen. And I mind you, what Stephen Miller, he gave them full immunity. So ICE agents, them hearing that, like, oh shit, we good. We can do whatever. We can provoke people. We can provoke people. We can do this. We can do that.
They can loot and rob. Shit.
We good.
You're taking your shit. You in your car, whatever. But go ahead, brother. I'm just, my mind running, brother. Go ahead.
And the thing is, they can approach whoever they want. Now, the average American.
Hey, grapes? Grapes, anyone?
Yep.
What's to stop them? For complete immunity, brother. But go ahead.
Yeah, remember these ICE agents really everyday just Americans who just needed a little check, you know? So the thing, these men ain't mentally trained for this that they've been put. Anyway, the thing is that we're gonna start to see not just in Minnesota, because this gonna give, and as we about 2 clips out, we'll end it after we show this info. But this is what they want. This is what they want. They playing both sides. Stephen Miller said, ICE, y'all good. Y'all got the green light. So this gonna call this before. Look what they've been doing before they got the green light. Now they got the green light by the government, say y'all got full immunity. So they're gonna go door to door. They're gonna go to all people, not just immigrants and Venezuelans, all people, Trinidad, Aragua. No, they're gonna go for every nigga, Hispanic, Native American, even you everyday Edomites eventually, man. Now, the everyday American, the majority of the people go eventually try to do what? Fight back. They're gonna fight back. Now, what they saying because of what's happening in Minnesota, Trump also thinking about calling for the Insurrection Act. I want to highlight these protests have spread not only to America, but different cities across, not only Minnesota, but different cities across America. What's going to stop other places from escalating, protests from escalating, somebody getting shot in Insurrection Act there, Insurrection Act here. Matter of fact, the whole nation under the Insurrection Act. You see? The thing is, it's playing out. This give them all a green light to just mandate a law. I'm gonna read
once they do it. Yeah, and once they do it in one state, it's done. I mean, they going, nationwide. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read this from Trump, and we can move on to this last stuff. It says, Donald Trump, if the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before, and quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in that one great state, right? So he talking about invoking the Insurrection Act. Now look this up on ChatGPT. Quick little look up, and we'll touch on the Department of Defense playbook, how they say, yeah, we're going to send in troops for lethal force. So they're planning for people to die. So I typed it on ChatGPT. I said, if America mandated the Insurrection Act, what does that mean for Americans? It says, if a president invokes the Insurrection Act, it has serious implications for Americans, but it does not automatically mean martial law, which that's what it's going to lead to. And you know how we know more things like martial law going to come? 2 Ezra 15 is in the scriptures. It's prophecy. It says, what is the Insurrection Act? The Insurrection Act of 1807 is a federal law that allows the president to deploy. Now remember this for this last info we touched on right here. We got the playbook from the DOD directive. You can see that? Okay, yeah, it's showing. The DOD directive is the whole playbook. 524001. Now it's called the DOW, Department of War. We go into section 3 of this, and it should be in the description box. Check that out. Section 3. And what it says, this is what the thing about. It says DOD intelligence and intelligence-related activities and defense intelligence component assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Put out September 27, 2024. It's been on the books. So going back to this, it says the Insurrection Act of 1807 is a federal law that allows the president to deploy the U.S. military or federalize the National Guard inside the United States. It says to suppress insurrection, rebellion, or domestic violence, enforce federal law when states cannot or will not. Trump just said that, y'all. Since y'all can't do it, we gonna do it. It says protect constitutional rights when states fail to do so. It says what changes for Americans? 1. Military presence inside the U.S. Active duty troops or federalized National Guard may be deployed domestically. Soldiers could assist law enforcement, guard infrastructure, or enforce federal orders. Man, it says normally the Posse Comitatus Act.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. It says
and, just enacting military on because of Posse Comitatus, enacting military on U.S. is martial law. Mm-hmm. That is martial law in this in the etymon of the word.
Yep.
So this is military law. Now you're talking military law. You got civilian law, and then you got military law. Right now, what ICE is doing is martial law. We're under martial law under ICE. That's what I was saying earlier. Rules don't apply to them. They get out of the constitutional state of mind. This is martial law. We're not under constitutional or civil law. This is law of war, rule of war. All right. That's why I made the statement. All is fair in love and war is what they say. If somebody trying to kill me, I'm not going to be polite about trying to stop you from killing me and stopping you from doing it. I'm not going to follow any rules, all right, if you trying to take my life. And I'm going to sit here, and I'm supposed to do this and then. No, it ain't. No, it don't work like that. But this is America, you know. And I ain't saying nothing about no rebelling or retaliating. I'm saying know what times you living in. All right. Make the proper adjustments before things get to the critical mass. Okay. So yeah, shit, go ahead. Go ahead.
Come and read a little bit more, and we can end it off on that Department of Defense playbook. But if this was to happen when troops come on the street, it says it expanded federal power. The federal government can override state authority. Governors may lose control of their National Guard units. And it says impact on protests and civil unrest. Large-scale protests could be restricted. And you know what goes into that? Although we ain't like protesting like that, because you have peaceful protests that's been broken up. We ain't about to be prophesying on the streets. that could be looked at as a protest. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Amos 8, I think I brought that out last week.
Straight up.
Amos 8 and 11. Already. Come.
Ooh, look, as we speaking, it says I just got a notification from the YouTube page Snyder Reports. And it says the title of the video, it says major U.S. cities on high alert as Trump threatens Insurrection Act. Exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's hot right now.
I just got that.
That's probably trending. That Insurrection Act might be the trending topic right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hot right now.
Well, you know why? Salak, you got it.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, you know why? Because it's speaking. Like it's happening.
Right. Just like when Apostle Tahar went into Revelation 17 and 16, it was trending because it was speaking. Yeah, Most High gonna get your attention. All you the hard-head, rebellious, stiff-necked Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans fanning the hands, talking your shit. Most High know how to get your attention. All right? Yeah, and his words are speaking now, and y'all are listening, huh? You ain't got no choice no more. And now you in the corner, there's nothing you could do but sit there and wait for your judgment to come. You had something, brother?
Yeah, I got a couple more points in this, and that's it.
All
I
right,
got 715 on deck, but
okay.
So the impact it'll have, it says large scale wait, did you have something?
Not yet. Go ahead.
Okay, Con. It says the impact on protests and civil unrest. Large-scale protests could be restricted, dispersed, or forcibly ended. Curfews, checkpoints, or restricted areas may be imposed. Remember that. That's this prophecy. I'm gonna read it in 2 Esdras 15. Curfews, checkpoints, restricted areas. It says also a use of force may increase compared to normal policing. And that's what we're gonna read on the DOD. When these people be sent in, they're gonna be sent in to have the green light to use lethal force, not regular policing. We just seeing these things play out, man. It says also civil liberties may be constrained. It says rights are not automatically suspended. Courts remain open, so on and so forth. It says movement may be limited. Gatherings may be restricted at camp. Law enforcement. It says law enforcement response is heavier and faster. It says historically, invoking the act signals breakdown of civil order, severe unrest or rebellion, and failure of state governments to manage the situation. If you don't mind, I got a quick precept. The second Esdras 15 and verse.
No precept.
In 2 Esdras 15 and verse 16. I'm gonna read this verse in the KJV, and then I'm gonna read the rest in the GNT. 2 Esdras 15 and 16 in the KJV. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men," right? Uprisings, rebellions, insurrections. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and there's the people, the citizens, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions, the people, in the course of their actions, shall stand in their power." Eventually, the people gonna get enough and start fighting back, and that's what we see. And when they start fighting back, that's when troops could be called in. When they start fighting back, that's when the military could be called in. Now I'm gonna read it in the GNT.
Somebody's child gonna get roughed up or handled wrong, and something. Yeah, it's on something. Like I say, it's the atmosphere right now is really explosive. So it could be anything, anywhere, at any time. You know, that's how shit kick out. It'd be one incident. You know, a grassroots is not this stage shit that Esau been doing, but you know, on some real just raw emotion shit. You know, to just take one little incident. But go ahead, bro.
Yes, there's somebody an American with a gun eventually gonna pop back. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like people is about to get grabbed up by a white boy with a mask on, a little Mexican nigga with a mask on, talking about come with me, are you a citizen? Man.
Yeah, not Esau.
Come on, man.
They're gonna be the ones too to probably get it popping.
But I'll finish this real quick.
You good, brother? Yeah, you got it.
And we'll get into this. 2 Esdras 15 and verse 14 in the GNT, it says, "The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near." World War III. It says, "Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil." We seeing that happening daily. It says, "with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government." So eventually nations, well, we know now that it's playing out. Nations are racing to see who will be the leader of the new digital world, the new digital system. And they guess what they're forgetting about? The old system and laws and legislation that's been set up. They don't care about that. They don't care about we the people no more. Yeah, they don't care about you people, man. I'm not saying y'all who believe but you average, your government don't care about you. It says, and so once that happened, once the government start forgetting about the laws themselves, it says verse 17, and what we just read, if insurrection that come, you ain't gonna have free roam and reign to move around like you want to. That's prophecy. 2 Esdras 15 and 16 or 17 in the GNT. And there will no longer be free access to the cities. Why? Because troops gonna be here. It says there will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. What's the title of the lesson? Thursday Live, Chaos, Confusion, and the Devil's Wrath. The devil's right. We in that time. We was watching the end of the Bible play out.
You better believe it.
You see? It says driven by. So what these things will be caused by? Driven by famine and terrible sufferings. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. You got some other types of power? If not, we can
this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12.
Bring it out.
It says, hold on. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, that's Esau Edom, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. All right. And that's what we see in that great wrath. You want to speak on it?
No, that's it. And he ain't got time to wait no more. He ain't got time to pump fake no more. You know, to do a simulation of an event no more. He got to do the real thing now.
Yeah, he got to come on with it right now. So shit, we down to the 2 minute mark, the 2 minute clock.
Yep.
So he gonna have to bust a move. Yeah, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man. He gave this man a shot clock. He gonna have to. He gonna have to come off that ball. You know, you can't just hold it forever. He just want to run the time out the clock. It ain't gonna work. You gotta get off that ball. Which talking about the rulership.
Yeah, you gotta get a stick up.
Yeah. Come on, brother. But you got it.
So we can end it off on this. Now again, all this information, even this the playbook of America's Department of Defense or Department of War is in the description box. We're gonna get straight to the point just to show what these protests, ICE, and the people gonna lead to. It's gonna lead to troops being sent, martial law, Jacob's trouble. So again, this is DOD Directive 5240.01. Now we're going, and this was effect. Ooh, look at this. Effective. Can we blow this up? I just a new. What is not a new? This is my daughter's laptop, but I don't know how to blow it up. My laptop.
But they should be able to on their phone.
What they say? Effective. What effective mean? Let's see. Look up effective. Man, this computer's slow. It says, I ain't asked for all that shit. All right. Anyway, when it went into place, when it happened, it says effective September 27, 2024. It's on the books already. Just give them a reason. Just give them a reason. Let's go down because we're going to read this. We're going to read this, the table of contents, right? We're going to go to section 3. This was section 3 about. Section 3 is defense intelligence component, assistance, right? Assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. And we're going to go to section 3, part 3. It says levels of authority, how far they can take it. Let's read this real quick. And let's see if this happened or not. How far they can take it. It's section 3, part 3. It says, where we at? Here we go. It says, now look at the header. Permissible assistance. When is allowed to do everything we're about to read, when is going to be allowed, right? Permissible assistance. A, in accordance with section 2.6 of EO 12333 as amended, unless otherwise precluded by such EO or applicable law, presidential directive, other EO or policy. I'm gonna just get to it. It says, of this issuance, the following defense intelligence component, intelligence assistance to any federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency, or to a state or local law enforcement agency when lives are in danger. So when lives are in danger, this one is going to happen. To any federal law enforcement agency, state or local law enforcement agency when lives are in danger. It says, 1, cooperating with appropriate law enforcement agencies to protect the IC's employees information, property, and facilities of any element. I'm going to jump down to this part. Check this out. It says defense intelligence component. No, that's not it. Wait, where we at? All right, here we go. It says levels of authority. Defense intelligence component may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or state or local law enforcement agency when lives are in danger in response to a request for such assistance. Now it goes into the different things that they could be called on for. It says too, in response to a chemical, biological, or radiological, nuclear, or high yield explosive incidents. Now this is the one, part C, right? Now listen to this, part C. It says, or in assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality. What that means, death, to die, to put something down. It says with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. I'm going to read this again just to make sure we understand it. This is the reason or the level of authorities they could take it to. If any state or local law enforcement or any federal agents, ICE, federal agents, right? If they need help, as we've been seeing on these videos, people starting to fight back, try to run over people with the cars as they, framing it. If people fight back against police, the local police, state police, or federal agents such as ICE, when Trump make this insurrection act happen, troops go be sent in, and they could be sent in, and they already got the green light to do what? Let's read it again. Assistance in responding, so they can respond with assets, people with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. If the people start fighting back, we can send in troops, other words, Insurrection Act, so they could bring in lethal force with the possibility of death or serious bodily injury. Are we not watching this play out so they can just say, let's do it? Is this not happening? And mind you, this was put on the books in 2024. Now they bringing it to pass, man. We in Jacob's trouble, as the Apostle Paul said, it's about to get worse. You got some other Tyler Paul?
No, I ain't got nothing, brother. What you got?
I got 2 Ezra 14. We could probably end it off on that.
Yeah. All right.
Con. And see, even that, people think that we gotta wait on Esau to make a law and pass it. It's already ready. Just give him a reason to do it. And you people out there giving him reasons with the protests, with the fighting back, with the falling for the propaganda.
Some high school, Minnesota high school, Minneapolis, one of the high schools out there, they staged a walkout and stuff. So I mean, they just feeding right into it.
Yep.
And a fight broke out and shit. There was a bunch of confusion. So it's all kind of chaos over there, man. Under Tim Walz, 10 pound Tim. Yeah, you say that was Kamala Harris running mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, made it, got away clean with a lot of that money. But what you got? Huh?
I got a quick one. You can take us out. This 2 Ezra 14 and verse 13 in the GNT. It says, now therefore This the angel telling Esdras, saying he was almost at the end of the world. What's the mindset to have? Seeing what's coming. Second Esdras 14 and verse 13 in the GNT, it says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, and comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, and put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Check this out, it's the point. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Worse things about to happen in the world. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, man. We in that time. But you got it, Zaquan.
Yeah. Increasing evils. So that's a heavy message, man, to leave out on. You know, putting off the weak nature, the nature of this flesh. All right. This gospel was given to us to give us the Mashiach-like nature. All right. And I always go to Ephesians chapter 4. And we're supposed to be conformed to the stature of his image, to the fullness of the stature of his image, the image of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. All right. And so when he come back, he can receive his own. All right. Well, right. We trying to be his own. And so we put off this weak nature, get into a more spiritual being, state of being, mindset. All right. Spiritually based on the scriptures. And we just, you know, in faith, we hope the Lord delivers us. This is why we go by the hopeful elect. And we're the only ones that say that. You got some groups saying, keep the law, like the law gonna deliver you. And here at Great Millstone, we understand this is by faith and hope. And we know from, you know, Hebrews 11:1, that faith is the substance, the very substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, you know. And so you're right, we just in hopes, but we in good position. Those of us who've been striving and endured, we're in good position, all right? And I would hate to be in the position of a 2/3 right now. But yeah, again, hey, the water to y'all for joining us again on another Thursday watch, Thursday live, all right? And we pray that you all was edified. You know, there's so much going on, we can't just report on everything. You know, it's protests in Iran, which is coming out that the CIA, Mossad, and MI6 was behind the chaos that's going on over there. The chaos is still being sorted out in Venezuela, and it's still all that chaos in Gaza and Ukraine. All right. But we got our own mess right here in this pot whose scum is therein, America. You understand? It's about to come down hard on you U.S. citizens, on top of skyrocketing prices, on top of jobs that don't want to pay you a living wage. And like we went into in the lesson last night, all right? It's beginning to take a day's wage just to eat, to get a loaf of bread, pursuant to the prophecy of Revelation chapter 6. People are spending half their check, if not more, at the grocery store. Now, on top of that, you got to worry about if you're going to get jacked up on the way home with your groceries. You know, you already got that roast in your mind, man. I'm going to hook this roast up when I get home. And then here, you get pulled over by ICE. What you going to do? We in them times. This uncertain times, you know. And I can laugh from the joy that's in me. What's going to happen is what's going to happen. All right. But I got Hamashiach. You know, I ain't letting him go. I ain't got to hope on that. You know, I got him. Whether I get delivered or not, I don't know. But, you know, I ain't letting him go. But anyway, that's enough of that. Till next week, y'all stay up, man. Join us again. And to then, well, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. The honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. And well, the 144,000, the hopeful elect, and all the rest of, you know, everybody else in hopes of being delivered. That's of the faith. All right. So to the next one, shalom.
Shalom.